So what does this involve?
Lisa, good morning. This is the latest step in trying to hold Russia accountable for the downing of that flight after it was hit by a Russian-made missile in July 2014, killing all 298 people on board, including 38 Australian citizens and residents. What this legal proceeding actually is taking the matter to the International Civil Aviation Organisation, which is known as ICAO. This is an agency within the United Nations which manages air travel around the world, and it has the power to sanction countries that are a member of the organisation, which Russia is, and if they've breached international aviation conventions, it can go so far as to order compensation be paid to, in this case, the family of or the families of the victims. Now, of course, demanding compensation and actually being able to enforce it are two very different matters. But regardless of that, the Australian and Dutch governments say that this is an important step. It builds upon previous international investigations, including the one back in 2018, which found there was overwhelming evidence that the flight had been hit by this Russian-made missile, which had been taken into eastern Ukraine by members of the Russian military. And of course, this is an issue that's been around for some time, but this latest development is happening against a backdrop of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. They are separate matters, but the Foreign Minister Marise Payne did note that timing yesterday.
There's no doubt that Russia's invasion has been a painful reminder to those who lost loved ones on flight MH17. We all remember 38 Australian citizens and permanent residents were killed. We can't take away their grief, but the Australian government is committed to pursuing every avenue to ensure that this horrific tragedy is not repeated.
So, Matt, what are the next steps here?
Well, there's been negotiations on this case since 2018, but back in 2020, Russia pulled out. It refused to return to the negotiations table, hence why it has been escalated. It will now be decided by ICAO's council. There are 36 members of that, including Russia, Australia and the Netherlands. But if you're a party to the dispute, you don't vote on those matters. It's expected it will take a number of months for Russia to be able to respond to this latest claim by Australia and the Netherlands. But in the meantime, Australia is also demanding that Russia lose its voting rights as a member of ICAO, and while it's going through this process. We do have to point out this is in addition to the criminal prosecution that is being pursued in the Netherlands, with four suspects in this case being tried in absentia in the Netherlands there. Lisa?
All right, Matt Doran, thank you.